فإن آمنوا بمثل ما آمنتم به فقد اهتدوا وإن تولوا فإنما هم في شقاق.
الحمد لله الذي حكم فأحكم وحلل وحرم، أحمده على ما عرف وعلم وفقه في دينه وفهم، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، مهد قواعد الدين بكتابه المحكم وأنزله هداية لجميع الأمم.
Concerning the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then also in brief concerning the testification to the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then also that he sends also his salutation upon the Prophet Islam, and that he is a messenger that was sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to mankind, both Arabs and non-Arabs, and that he came with guidance to mankind. So this concerns the introduction of the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Prophet Islam.
الفقه في الدين أعظم وأنفس ذخيرة تغتنم وأطيب ثمرة تجتنى.
So Sheikh mentioned, as for a person having or putting emphasis concerning having understanding of the deen, is that the greatest thing a person can put efforts into this particular area of trying to understand matters relating to the deen.
وعلم الفقه من أشرف العلوم قدرا وأعظمها أجرا.
And then the Sheikh mentioned that having knowledge of the deen concerning fiqh of the understanding is the most greatest thing a person can achieve and put effort in this thing and attain this thing.
وأتمها عائدة وأعمها فائدة.
And concerning to know that its benefit is very great, its benefits is very great.
وهو أعلى منقبة وأسمى مرتبة.
And that also they have a very lofty position and place.
في حديث معاوية رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من يرد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين، متفق عليه.
And then Sheikh mentioned the hadith of the Prophet Islam that the meaning of which is concerning that the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which is good for him, then he grants him concerning having good understanding of the religion. And the hadith is agreed upon by Bukhari and Muslim.
وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها أنها قالت: نعم النساء نساء الأنصار لم يمنعهن الحياء أن يتفقهن في الدين، أخرجه مسلم.
And also she mentioned the hadith inside Muslim that is narrated by Aisha anha. So she mentioned of the virtue of the women, the ladies of the Ansar, was that their haya, their shyness, did not stop them from seeking knowledge of the deen.
قال جل وعلا: وما كان المؤمنون لينفروا كافة فلولا نفر من كل فرقة منهم طائفة ليتفقهوا في الدين ولينذروا قومهم إذا رجعوا إليهم لعلهم يحذرون. And then the Sheikh Hafidullah, he mentioned concerning the ayah in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the meaning of which concerning that you always remain or they should be a group from our party from amongst this ummah, that they should seek of knowledge, and that they should go back to their people and to teach this to them or remind them of this. تفقه فإن الفقه أعظم قائد إلى البر والتقوى وأعدل قاصد، هو العلم الهادي إلى سنن الهدى هو الحصن ينجي من جميع الشدائد.
And then Sheikh mentioned having knowledge, understanding of the deen, correct knowledge of the deen is of the thing that it serves as a guide for the person. It serves as a guide, and the best of guide the person can have, as it leads him to the guidance and to the correct path.
ولم تنتشر البدع والخرافات والخزعبلات والمخترعات والجماعات والفرق والضلالات إلا بسبب الجهل في الدين.
And the Sheikh said that due to ignorance of the religion, that you will find that what we find concerning that there become a lot of differences in bid'ah and things concerning jama'at, different groups and different trials and tribulation due to the fact of having ignorance of the religion.
ومن عبد الله بغير علم ولا معرفة ولا سنة ولا اتباع لج في ضلالته وشقي في جهالته وعمي في شقاوته ولم ينتفع بعبادته.
Then the Shaykh Hafidullah eventually concerned that the person who doesn't really have understanding of religion, then that person and having knowledge and awareness of the matters concerning this deed, then this person is more prone to fall into misguidance, fall into errors, fall into going the incorrect way, and this is due to having ignorance of the deen.
يقول عمر بن عبد العزيز رحمه الله تعالى من عبد الله بغير علم كان ما يفسد أكثر مما يصلح.
And then the Shaykh mentioned concerning the author concerned that Umar ibn Aziz, that he mentioned concerning that the person who does not receive have knowledge and the person does not worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala based upon knowledge, then that this person is more prone that he fall into all forms of errors and misguidance.
ويقول بعض السلف تعوذوا بالله من فتنة العالم الفاجر والعابد الجاهل فإن فتنتهما فتنة لكل مفتون.
And then the Shaykh Hafidullah, he mentioned concerning the statement of some of the Salaf that they mentioned concerning that a person should try to protect himself or seek protection from the fitna, the trials of a person who is an abid but he is jahil, and also an alim who doesn't act upon his knowledge, as this is of the most severe form of trial a person can face by following one who is ignorant and a person who has no knowledge.
ويقول بعض السلف لا يستقيم قول إلا بعمل.
And also narrated by some of the mentioned by some of the Salaf concerning that a person
لا يستقيم قول إلا بعمل.
That a person like the action will not be upright except that their proper action with it.
ولا قول ولا عمل إلا بنية.
And also that there's no action or no statement except there's a intention.
ولا قول ولا عمل ولا نية إلا بموافقة السنة.
And that there's no statement, no action, and also no intention except that all of this it goes in line with the Sunnah.
الواجب علينا جميعا أن نتبع كتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيما نأتي ونذر.
And as for all of us, it is compulsory upon us all that we should follow the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and also the Sunnah of Prophet Islam in all the things that proceeds from us.
إن الهدى ما هدى الهادي إليه وما به الإله وما به الكتاب كتاب الله قد نزل.
The Shaykh has somewhat mentioned some words of like poetry, which is a little bit sometimes difficult to put it in English.
إن الهدى ما هدى الهادي يعني النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام إليه. إن الهدى ما هدى الهادي إليه وما به الكتاب كتاب الله قد نزل.
So the meaning of which concerns that the guidance of the meaning concerns the meaning of which that the guidance that it is the guidance that is taken directly upon the Prophet Islam, and this is the guidance to lead us to the correct way, or the meaning of which.
الكتاب والسنة هما النور عند كل ظلمة.
And that the book and the Sunnah, it is the light in all in the case where you find darkness.
والنجاة عند كل محنة.
And that it is the way of success when there is any form of trial or test.
نور لمقتبس.
And it is it is the guide, it's the light for the person who have acquired it.
خير لملتمس.
And it is the best for the person who tries to see acquire as it.
حما لمحترس.
This bit I'm unable to translate.
حما لمن احترس بها يعني.
And that is like it's it will give like save the person who has it. And it's a niyama is a bounty for the person who have acquired it. And that you should like stick by this or stay by the door of this knowledge.
تمحو العمى يعني تمحوه الذي يلتبس الأمور تمحو العمى بهما بالكتاب والسنة تمحو العمى.
So it will the thing that will remove concerning blindness will be the book and the sunnah will remove any form of blindness.
في كل أمر ملتبس.
That in anything the person is seek to acquire.
ورد بقلبك عذبا من حياضهما تغسل بمائهما ما فيه من دنس. بمعنى أنك ترد إلى هذا النهر الصافي نهر الكتاب والسنة.
For this pure water.
تغسل بهذا الماء الصافي ما في قلبك من الأدناس.
And if you try to wash, purify your heart from this pure water.
تلك السعادة إن تلم بساحتها فحط رحلك قد عفيت من تعاسيب. يعني هذا الكتاب والسنة هو السعادة فحط رحلك باتباعهما.
So he said that the person trying to attain success, the person trying to achieve success, then the person should seek it from this book and from this sunnah.
ويقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام العلم فريضة على كل مسلم.
And then Sheikh Salah, he mentioned that in the hadith of the Prophet Islam that he stated concerning the meaning of it that seeking of ilm, it is something which is compulsory upon all.
ويقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام كما في حديث أبي هريرة عن الترمذي الدنيا ملعون ما فيها إلا ذكر الله وما والاه وعالم ومتعلم.
Then Sheikh Allah, he mentioned the hadith in Tirmidhi, the Prophet Islam had stated concerning that everything in the dunya, it is something which is cursed, and everything that's related to it except for two things, knowledge and an alim, a student, a teacher, and the student, except for the student and the teacher. So he said that the hadith concerns that everything in the dunya, it is something which is cursed except for the person who is involved in the memories of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also the person who is the alim and the person who is the student.
ويقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له طريقا إلى الجنة.
And also the hadith of the Prophet Islam with the meaning which concerns the person who take the path of seeking of ilm, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make easy for him the path to Jannah.
وإن الملائكة لا تضع أجنحتها لطالب العلم رضا بما يصنع.
And that the angels, they'll spread their wings for the student of knowledge, for the thing that he is seeking.
وإن العالم لا يستغفر له من في السماوات ومن في الأرض والحيتان بقاع الماء.
And that everything that they seek makes supplication for the person who's the alim, even concerning the fishes in the ocean.
وفضل العالم على العابد كفضل القمر على سائر الكواكب.
And that the virtue of an alim is that of the main star compared to the other smaller star, the moon compared to the stars.
وإن العلماء ورثة الأنبياء.
And that the ulama, that they are the successors of the Prophet.
وإن الأنبياء لم يورثوا دينارا ولا درهما ولكن ورثوا العلم.
And that the anbiya, that they do not leave anything behind except for people to take as the part of their inheritance except for knowledge.
فمن أخذه أخذ بحظ وافر.
And the person who have taken of this knowledge, then he has taken his fair portion.
والواجب علينا تعظيم الكتاب والسنة.
And what is upon us all is that we should honor and magnify the book and the sunnah.
وطلب معرفتهما على أيدي العلماء المعروفين.
And that we should try to seek knowledge or to seek understanding of these two sources, the book and the sunnah, from the ulama who are well known and established.
يقول عمر بن عبد العزيز أجمعت الأمة على أنه من استبانت له سنة عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لم يكن له أن يدعها لقول أحد من الناس كائنا من كان.
And then the Shaykh of Allah, he mentioned that also there's a narration and Umar ibn Abdul Aziz where he stated concerning that the person who have either become clear to him concerning the sunnah is not for him to abandon it, to leave it for the statement of anyone regardless of who he may be.
ويقول الإمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى سلموا للسنن ولا تعارضوا.
That Imam Malik rahimahullah also said that the person, he should surrender to the sunnah, and that he should not go in contradiction to it.
ويقول الإمام أحمد رحمه الله تعالى من رد حديث رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فهو على شفا هلكة. And
also of the statement of Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, when he mentioned that the person who have rejected or refused the sunnah, then as if the person
ضد حديث رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فهو على شفا هلكة.
So the person who have rejected from Imam Ahmed, the person who have rejected or refused the Sunnah, then the person is on the brink of destruction.
ويقول الإمام الشعبي إنما هلكتم حين تركتم الآثار.
And one of the ulama, Imam Shabi, mentioned that you people fell into destruction when you left the athar, the way of the Salaf.
ويقول عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله عنه لن تضل ما أخذت بالأثر.
And of the statement mentioned that if you take to the Sunnah then and to the athar, then you will not go astray.
يقول الإمام البخاري سمعت الحميدي يقول جاء رجل إلى الشافعي فقال يا أبا عبد الله ما تقول في كذا وكذا؟ قال الإمام الشافعي قضى فيها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بكذا وكذا. فقال أتقول بهذا يا أبا عبد الله؟ قال الإمام الشافعي سبحان الله أتراني في كنيسة؟ أتراني في بيعة؟ أترى على وسطي زنارة؟ أقول لك قضى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيها بكذا وكذا أتقول بهذا يا أبا عبد الله؟
So also the Sheikh Hafidullah, he mentioned concerning that also there's a narration by Imam Bukhari and Umaydi that he said concerning a person came to Imam Shafi and said to him that such and such. He mentioned that the Prophet Islam have judged regarding this matter, have ruled regarding this matter such and such, and the person kind of somewhat rejected to it or didn't want to take it. So he asked him that, do you think that I'm a person in the sense of in not accepting Sunnah? Do you see me as a person coming from the church, or you see me a person coming from the synagogue, they call it, or so affirming that not to reject anything from the Sunnah.
ومنهج السلف الصالح.
As for the way of the Salaf al-Salih,
أهل الحديث والأثر.
as for the people of hadith and also athar,
خزنة رواة العلم وخزنته.
and these are the people, the narrators, are the people, are the carriers, the bearer of knowledge.
تعظيم الكتاب والسنة.
That these are the people that they are the ones whom that they give a lot of emphasis upon the Sunnah.
ولا يتخذون شخصا يوالون على أقواله ويعادون على أقواله إلا قول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
And that of their principle as they established that they do not per se hold any particular individual where his statement is used, that is used as a form of used to make wala or bara, except for the Prophet Islam.
لا جماعة ولا حزب ولا شخص ولا عالم إلا الكتاب والسنة.
So no person is old in a such an high esteem where, except for regarding concerning no particular group or individual is held in such high esteem except for the book and the Sunnah.
والأئمة الأربعة أبو حنيفة ومالك والشافعي وأحمد على ذلك.
And that you find that all the Imam, and she gives an example concerning Imam Ahmed, Imam Shafi and the likes, that their position is that the Sunnah, it is given precedent over everything.
قال أبو حنيفة الإمام لا ينبغي لمن له إسلام أخذ بأقواله حتى تعرض على الكتاب والحديث المرتضى. ومالك إمام دار الهجرة قال وقد أشار نحو الحجرة كل كلام منه ذو قبول ومنه مردود سوى الرسول. والشافعي قال إن رأيتم قولي مخالفا لما رويته من الحديث فاضربوا الجدار بقولي المخالف الأخبار. وأحمد قال لهم لا تكتبوا ما قلتم وتكتب ذلك فاطلبوا حينك لا تقلد الرجال حتى تراه لهم مقالا.
In summary, what the Sheikh has mentioned, that the Sheikh mentioned that generally
نعيدها فقرة.
أيوة.
قال أبو حنيفة الإمام.
So Imam Abu Hanifa, the Imam who is well known,
لا ينبغي لمن له إسلام.
that no person who have Islam, no one who has Islam, who is a Muslim,
أخذ بأقوالي حتى تعرض على الكتاب والحديث.
that he should not take a view or position until it has been measured with the book and the Sunnah.
ومالك إمام دار الهجرة قال وقد أشار نحو الحجرة.
And that Imam who is the Imam of Dar al-Hijrah, meaning concerning Medina, have like indicated or highlighted this.
كل كلام منه يعني منه هو ذو قبول ومنه مردود سوى الرسول.
And what he has stated, Imam Malik, as mentioned, is that all of my statements, that it is not per se accepted until it is measured the book and the Sunnah.
والشافعي قال إن رأيتم قولي مخالفا لما رويتم من الحديث فاضربوا الجدار بقولي المخالف الأخبار.
Then also Imam Shafi'i mentioned, if you find that my statements that they go in contradiction to the Quran, to the Sunnah, then you should abandon my statements.
وأحمد قال لهم لا تكتبوا ما قلته بل أصل ذلك اطلبوا. الأصل هو الكتاب والسنة. دينك لا تقلد الرجال حتى تروا لهم مقالا.
So Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, what is meant by Imam Ahmad, that concern that the asl, the fundamental of this religion is the book and the Sunnah. And as for us, that we should not per se make taqleed, blind following of any particular individual.
وعلى المسلم أن يحضر دروس العلم عند العلماء وعند طلاب العلم.
And also concern the Muslim that all of us that was expected from us was befitting that we should try to make ourselves available that we can benefit from the ulama.
الدروس غروس كمن فاته الدرس فاته الغرس.
So the person considering durus is like a great benefit, it's something of great treasure. And the person who have missed the dars, then he has missed something of great importance.
مع العلم فاسلك حيث ما سلك العلم.
And that the knowledge, you should follow the path of knowledge, and wherever it goes, you follow.
وعنه فكاشف كل من عنده فهم. وعنه فكاشف يعني سائل.
Hey, so this that makes it easy.
كل من عنده فهم.
The person, it makes it easy. The person who have concern, the person can use their intellect and have a good way of understanding things.
العلم يعني ففيه جلاء للقلوب عن العمى.
And that ilm, it concerns, it exonerate the heart and it remove darkness and ignorance.
وعون على الدين الذي أمره حتم.
And that also it assists regarding matters of the deen, which the affairs of deen is something which is upon us.
وهل أبصرت عيناك أقبح منظرا من أشيب يعني شايب كبير بالسن لا علم لديه ولا حكم إذا سئل المسكين عن أمر دينه بدت رحضاء العي عن وجهه تسود.
And the Sheikh does like poetry and then it can somewhat lose us.
يعني يقول وهل أبصرت عيناك
that have your eyes have looked upon something
أقبح منظر
that is worse in appearance.
من رجل كبير في السن.
A person who's like senior in age.
لا علم عنده ولا حكمة ولا معرفة.
A person like senior in age but he has no hikmah, he has no wisdom, he has no per se knowledge.
إذا سأله أي إنسان عن أمر دينه إذا سئل عن أمر.
And he was asked about affairs of his religion.
بدت رحضاء العي علامات العي وعلامات الجهل على وجهه تبدو.
That you see concern the signs of ignorance upon his face.
يعني هذا عيب على المسلم.
And it becomes like something which is blameworthy upon, or something that looks bad upon a Muslim.
ألا يتفقه في دينه.
That a Muslim doesn't per se put emphasis in trying to understand his religion.
لم يتعلم كيف كان الرسول يتوضأ.
So the person doesn't per se put emphasis or try to understand how the Prophet Islam used to perform wudu.
كيف كان الرسول يصلي.
How the Prophet Islam went about praying. He doesn't put emphasis on this.
كيف كان يحج.
How the Prophet Islam performed Hajj and the various concerning important aspects of Islam.
هذا عيب على المسلم.
And this becomes something which is, it looks bad upon a Muslim.
فقالت رواة العلم واصحب خيارهم.
So try to attach ourselves to the people of knowledge and the people who are the one who dispense. So concerning that, being with them, accompanying them, this is something which is of high standing.
يقول الإمام الشافعي رحمه الله تعالى.
And Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah stated.
من تعلم القرآن عظمت قيمته.
That a person who studies the Quran, then the person will actually not value the Quran.
ومن تعلم الفقه نما قدره.
And the person who studies fiqh, then it will raise his status.
ومن تعلم العربية رق طبعه.
And the person who study Arabic,
رق طبعه. يعني يكون عنده يعني
soften his heart. Soften his heart.
لأنها جميلة فيها.
Concerned that it makes it Arabic is something which is linguistic.
فيها محسنات بديعية وفيها كذا وفيها يعني.
So the person can somewhat appreciate Arabic because of its form and how it is presented. He appreciate that linguistic rules apply to Arabic.
ومن تعلم الحديث يعني السنة قويت حجته.
And the person who studied the hadith, then the person is proofs become very strong and firm.
قويت حجته يعني لو يختلف اثنان في أي أمر هو يقول قال رسول الله.
And many concerning the person proofs become very strong if there's a difference or a matter being discussed. The person able can bring forth, produce a hadith, so it makes his argument very strong.
ومن تعلم الحساب جزل رأيه.
And that the person who studied hisab concerning what do you call that in English? Maths. Then maths. Then it can somewhat, it makes him kind of somewhat, the person can somewhat use his think much.
ومن لم يصن نفسه يعني عن المحرمات
and the person who doesn't protect himself from evil things and muharramat,
لم ينفعه علمه.
then his knowledge does not benefit him.
ومن طلب العلم حفظ القرآن.
And of the a part and a portion of seeking of knowledge that a person should put emphasis and studying the Quran and memorizing the Quran.
وحفظ القرآن كاملا ليس بواجب ولكنه فضيلة.
He said that the Sheikh Hafidullah mentioned concerning to memorize the entire Quran is not something which is wajib, but the person should memorize the Quran as much as possible.
يقول الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام الماهر بالقرآن مع السفرة الكرام البررة.
And a person proficient in the Quran, that is with those people who are the angels, he will be amongst the angels, the rank of the angels.
والذي يقرأ القرآن ويتتعتع فيه وهو عليه شق له أجران.
And the person who find it difficult to read the Quran, then you'll get a double reward.
من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله كان له به حسنة.
And the person who pronounce or read one of the letters, then you'll get 10 reward. And that for each reward it comes with, it equates to 10 reward.
لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف.
And it's not per se that one letter, that alif or lam mim is one letter, but actually
ولكن ألف حرف.
But actually, alif is one letter by itself, and also lam is one separate letter, and also mim is also considered to be one letter.
لحديث أبي عبد الرحمن السلمي عن عثمان رضي الله عنه خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه.
And also the hadith of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, where mentioned concerning that the better amongst you are those who put effort in memorizing the Quran and studying the Quran.
أبو عبد الرحمن السلمي راوي هذا الحديث جلس من خلافة عثمان رضي الله عنه إلى إمرة الحجاج يدرس القرآن 40 سنة وروى هذا الحديث وقال هذا الحديث هذا الذي أقعدني مقعدي هذا.
So the one who narrated the hadith upon Uthman, he mentioned concerning that he spent over like 40 years in studying the Quran.
وسئلت أخت مالك بن أنس ماذا كان شغل مالك في بيته؟ قالت كان شغله المصحف والتلاوة.
And also mentioned concerning them was asked by one of the relative of Imam Malik concerning the Quran, and they mentioned concerning no that and let's.
سئلت أخت مالك بن أنس ماذا كان شغل مالك في بيته؟ قالت كان شغله المصحف والتلاوة.
So they asked concerning one of the relatives of Imam Malik concerning what was the thing that he used to busy himself with inside his home. I said the thing that he used to always busy himself with inside the home is concerning always busy himself with the Quran.
لما حضرت الوفاة شيخ الإسلام عبد الله بن إدريس بكت ابنته فقال لها يا بنية لا تبكين في بيت ختمت فيه القرآن 4000 ختم. لما حضرت الوفاة شيخ الإسلام عبد الله بن إدريس.
So she mentioned that one of the ulama of Islam was Muhammad ibn Idris, that Abdullah ibn Idris, when he came too close to death,
بكت ابنته.
That one of his children, they died, daughter died.
فقال لها يا بني.
And it was said to, why?
لا تبكين.
Do not cry, my child.
في بيت.
In a house.
ختمت فيه القرآن.
That I've completed the Quran.
4000 ختم.
Over 4,000 times.
4000.
They said no, 4,000 times. He has completed the Quran.
ومحمد بن علي السلمي.
I mentioned Muhammad bin Ali al-Sulami.
قال خرجت ليلة سحرة.
They said that I went out one night
لآخذ النوبة على ابن الأخرم. هذا ابن الأخرم أحد العلماء القراء الذين يقرؤون الناس.
They said there was one of the reciters who used to read for the people the Quran.
كان يقرأ من بعد صلاة الفجر إلى صلاة الظهر أو إلى صلاة العصر.
He used to read the Quran from after Salat al-Fajr up until close to Salat al-Dhuhr.
يعلم القرآن.
And he used to just teach the people the Quran all throughout this time.
فالطلاب كل واحد له دور.
And each child would have like his own time. to come and see the Sheikh.
الذي يأتي قبل يأخذ الدور قبل.
So each of us have their own time to go back and forth regarding studying.
فكانوا يتسابقون على الشيخ.
And they used to try to be that they used to compete in going to the Sheikh.
فيقول هذا محمد بن علي السلمي خرجت في السحر من أجل آخذ دور قبل غيري.
They said I used to go very early from the night before, from the night. So the person mentioned that I used to go from the night, as the Sheikh had a lesson from after Fajr. He used to go from the night. I come from the night before, so as to be early.
قال فلما أتيته وجدت قد سبقني 30 قارئا.
So he said that he went out early from the night before. When he went, thought that he would be the early one, he saw that people were there before him.
ولم تأتي نوبتي يعني دوري إلا اليوم الثاني بعد العصر.
I said that my slot, my time slot did not come until the next day. After Salat al-Asr.
فهموا القصة؟
Says that we understand the point from there, the story.
فهمتم؟ أشوف وجوهكم كأنكم ما فهمتم.
It says even if your face don't understand.
فهمتم القصة؟ أخشى أن المترجم
أنا أخشى أن أترجم خطأ.
إذن هؤلاء هم سلفنا.
They said that the point concerning that these are the people that they are the ones who are preceded. They are our salaf. They are the ones who have preceded us.
فأين نحن منهم؟
They said, well, where are we compared to them?
أين نحن منهم؟
They said, where are we if we were to compare ourselves to them?
يقول ابن الجوزي رحمه الله.
So Ibn Jawzi rahimahullah have said,
وبعد فالإنسان ليس يشرف إلا بما يحفظه ويعرفه.
Says that a person doesn't basically attain concerning a place of honor until he looks at what he has memorized.
لذلك كان حامل القرآن أشراف الأمة أولي الإحسان.
Says that the nobility of this ummah is by memorizing the Quran.
وإنهم في الناس أهل الله وإن ربنا بهم يباهي.
And that they are between the people, they are the people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
وقال في القرآن عنهم وكفى بأنه أورثه من اصطفى. And
that it is sufficient for them that they have inherited what have been left for them, which is the Quran.
وهو في الآخرة شافع مشفع.
And that it will be like an intercession, they will intercede on their behalf in the next life.
إلى آخر ما قال ثم قال.
And then he said,
لإعطائه الملك مع الكون إذا توجه تاج الكرامة كذا يقرأ ويبقى درجة الجنان وأبواه من يحسين فليحرص السعيد على تحصيله.
And so the person who wants to be successful, then he should try to attain this.
ولا يمل قط من توقيره.
And he should not per se become lazy towards trying to attain this.
وليجتهد فيه وفي تحصيله.
And he should put great effort and put emphasis in trying to attain of this.
على الذي نقل من صحيح.
As it's been narrated for what is are transmitted to us.
نحن الآن في العالم الإسلامي.
And so we are part of the general Muslim population world.
نجد بعض المسلمين يقع في بعض الشركيات.
I find that some of the Muslims, unfortunately, they are falling into certain acts of shirk.
كالذين يحجون إلى القبور.
And as an example, amongst those people who can somewhat they'll go to the graves.
يطوفون حول القبور.
And they'll circulate them. Go around them.
يذبحون للأموات.
And at these grave sites, that they'll sometimes make offer slaughter at these grave sites.
يحلفون بالأموات.
And they'll also, make oaths in the name of the deceased.
ينذرون للأموات.
And also make another vows on their behalf to them.
لماذا وقعوا بهذا الأمر؟
I said, why do they fall into this error?
بسبب الجهل.
And the reason of this error is because of ignorance.
وعدم وجود العلماء الربانيين السلفيين الذين يعلمون الكتاب والعقيدة.
And also of the reason that not amongst them are ulama, scholars, who upon the book and the sunnah and upon the way of the salaf al-salih, that are amongst them to clarify to them these matters.
لماذا كان فيها بعض العلماء ذهبوا إلى دولة من الدول يوجد فيها من يعبد القبور.
They said that the Sheikh Hafidullah mentioned that you find some of the ulama that they went from the ulama to Sunnah, they went to a particular country unnamed, and they found some of the people who were making tawaf around the graves.
فأخذوا شاب.
Could you sit? Could you sit? Sit.
شاب صغير يعني شاب يعني.
So they said they found a youngster, a young boy.
يعني عمره ممكن 20 سنة.
They said about a young boy, but around 20 in age.
قالوا هذا ضريح من؟
So it says, now this tomb is the tomb of whom?
قالوا هذا ضريح فلان.
And it says, now this tomb is the tomb of a shrine of this particular person.
قالوا ماذا يعتقد الناس فيه؟
So they asked, what do the people believe regarding this person in the grave?
قال يعلم ما في الأرحام.
They said, their response that the people believe that this individual in this grave is deceased, that he knows what is in the womb.
وولده أفضل من القرآن.
And that is like, is kind of dhikr, is better than the Quran.
هذا سبب الجهل.
I said this, the reason of this, the reason behind this is because of ignorance.
لماذا تجد بعض المسلمين تبدو منه أخطاء في الوضوء وأخطاء في الصلاة وأخطاء في العبادة؟ تعلم العلم، علم الكتاب والسنة، تعلموا على طلاب العلم الموثوقين وعلى العلماء الموثوقين بنيتين. النية الأولى دفع الجهل عن نفسك، والثانية دفع الجهل عن أمتك. للتعليم والتعلم، تعلم وتعليم.
So Sheikh Hafidullah or Imamuna Hafidullah, that he mentioned concerning of what? Why do we see concerning a Muslim that we have we make errors regarding our tahara, making wudu, we make errors regarding salat, we make errors in various things, and that this is because of ignorance. So it's upon us that we should seek of knowledge with the intention, with the correct intention. So in seeking of knowledge, that we should take into consideration two main things. The first concerning that, one, to remove ignorance from oneself. So of the reason, the purpose in seeking of knowledge is to remove ignorance from ourselves. And also the second reason is also to benefit those with knowledge amongst us. To benefit those amongst us with this knowledge that we have attained. So the Sheikh said, in coming to in conclusion, that he'll give some general advice.
المحافظة على الصلوات الخمس المفروضة حيث ينادى بهن.
So the first of those advice that we should hold fast and try to preserve the 5 daily salat.
يقول عبد الله بن مسعود من سره أن يلقى الله غدا مسلما فليحافظ على هذه الصلوات الخمس حيث ينادى بهن فإن الله شرع لنبيكم سنن الهدى وإنهن من سنن الهدى ولو أنكم صليتم في بيوتكم كما يصلي هذا المتخلف في بيته لتركتم سنة نبيكم ولو تركتم سنة نبيكم لضللتم ولقد رأيتنا وما يتخلف عنها إلا منافق معلوم النفاق ولقد كان الرجل يؤتى به يهادى بين الرجلين حتى يقام بالصف.
So in nutshell, as they say, that what the Shaykh Hafidullah mentioned concerning as for these salawat, that we should kind of put a lot of emphasis upon them, and mentioned by some of the Salaf concerning the person that we should try to preserve the salat, and that a person who doesn't fall into misguidance by the person leaving away of this salat, and take heed and caution to your salat, and hold to them, and do not per se become complacent regarding the affairs of salah.
حفظ اللسان عن الكذب والغيبة والنميمة والفحشاء والبذاء والطعن في أعراض المسلمين والنيل منهم وتحقيرهم وتصغيرهم وإيذاؤهم كل هذا محرم.
Then Sheikh Hafidullah, he mentioned of those second advice that he wished to give us in a quick way, and that he said that concerning not preserving our tongues, preserving the things that we say from our mouths. So I think that we should try to protect ourselves regarding the honor of the Muslim, regarding backbiting, talking behind people's back, attacking other Muslim unjustly, and the like. So preserving concerning the things that we say, and do not say anything that is haram that may be harmful to other Muslims.
المسلم أخو المسلم.
And also a Muslim should know that he's a brother to another Muslim.
حديث المسلم أخو المسلم.
And this is a part of a hadith that a Muslim is a brother of a fellow Muslim.
لا يظلمه.
That he doesn't oppress him.
ولا يسلمه.
And that he doesn't give him away.
ولا يحقره.
And also he doesn't belittle him.
بحسب امرئ من الشر أن يحقر أخاه المسلم.
And that each person according to his limits of or his level of evil that he belittle another Muslim.
كل المسلم على المسلم حرام.
And that each Muslim upon each Muslim that is forbidden upon him to exceed certain boundaries.
دمه وماله وعرضه.
Concerning should not exceed the boundary regarding bringing harm to regarding his life, his property, his life, and also his honor.
المؤمن أخو المؤمن هذا حديث آخر. المؤمن أخو المؤمن. Another
hadith mentioned the Prophet the meaning concerning the Muslim, the believers are a brother to a believer.
يكف عليه ضيعته ويحفظه من ورائه.
And that he can someone he tries to protect him and to look after him.
حديث آخر من قال لأخيه يا كافر فقد باء بها أحدهما
Another hadith, the meaning of the
إن كان كما يقول وإلا حارت عليه يعني رجعت عليه.
Another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the meaning of it that a Muslim does not per se accuse his brother of being a kafir, as this may return to one of them.
حديث آخر لا يدعو رجل رجلا بالكفر أو قال عدو الله ولم يكن كذلك إلا رجعت عليه.
Another hadith of that means that a Muslim should not per se label or call another Muslim concerned is a kafir just in that way, as this may also return to one of them.
ويقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام سباب المسلم فسوق وقتاله كفر يعني كفر عملي ليس كفر اعتقادي.
And also another hadith with the meaning of which concerning that a Muslim abusing another Muslim, it is something of fusuq. It's something which is a form of a sinful deed, and killing him, fighting him is an act of kufr. And the Shaykh Hafidullah, just to give some clarity that this matter here concerning fusuq, concerning that matters relating to things of the actions.
يقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام يا معشر من آمن بلسانه ولم يدخل الإيمان إلى قلبه لا تؤذوا المسلمين ولا تعيروهم.
And then also another hadith the Prophet mentioned concerning that the believer subhanallah
يا معشر من آمن بلسانه.
As for those who believe concerning their tongue and iman has been per se enter into their hearts,
لا تؤذوا المسلمين.
you should not harm another Muslim.
ولا تتبعوا عوراتهم.
And you should not try to follow up on his errors.
فمن تتبع عورة مسلم.
As the one who follow the errors of the Muslim,
تتبع الله عورته.
that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also bring to light his errors.
ومن تتبع الله عورته.
And the one who subhanahu wa ta'ala follow up on his errors,
يفضحه ولو في جوف رحله.
that he'll be exposed even if he was to hide himself anywhere.
فإن آمنوا بمثل ما آمنتم به فقد اهتدوا وإن تولوا فإنما هم في شقاق